I love the ocean. It's not hard to explain what interests me so much. To me, the ocean is like space. It's vast and it's full of undiscovered mysteries that we are yet to explore. Reading Lovecraft stories like The Call of Cthulhu or like Dagon only brighter ignited this keen interest in the ocean and everything related to the ocean. Sometimes when I hear the waves crashing into the shore, turning into snow-white foam, I try to imagine what might lurk deep beneath the surface, so far from human eyes. In 1970, British band Pink Floyd released a song called Echoes, which takes us on a long and mysterious journey through the mist of time to the sunless bottom where all life on Earth was conceived. But despite being absolutely mesmerized by the ocean, I also fear it. I fear it even more than I even fear the space. There is, of course, a specific term for this kind of fear: thalassophobia. If we go by standard definition, thalassophobia is a fear of the ocean or other large bodies of water. And let me explain to you why exactly large bodies of water are so terrifying to me and to a lot of other people as well. First of all, the most important thing to know, thalassophobia is a variation of the fear of the unknown, much similar to nyctophobia, which is the fear of the dark. Some people might suppose that it is childish and absurd to be afraid of the dark, but these people are wrong. In the dark we can't see. We can't exactly tell what's hiding under the veil of dark. And fear of the unknown is an integral part of our survival instinct, our evolution. Dark equals unknown, so even in our own room at night, we might feel slightly uneasy. As you might have guessed, we fear the huge, open or deep bodies of water exactly because of our fear of the unknown. When you are staring into the deep water, how much do you actually see? Obviously, you can't see too much. Water is very dense. It's much denser compared to our atmosphere. In fact, water is 830 times denser than air. And the deeper, the higher the pressure, the bigger the density. This is exactly why just 1000 meters below the surface, it's utterly dark. At 1 kilometer, the mesopelagic zone, also known as the twilight zone, ends, and below, deeper, is complete darkness. 1 kilometer isn't much. You can walk such a distance leisurely in just a quarter of an hour. Now imagine you are walking from the surface towards the ocean floor. After 3 minutes at around 200 meters, it gets harrowingly gloomy and depressing. And 17 minutes later, all the sunlight disappears. You are left alone with eternal otherworldly darkness. Or not alone. Maybe loneliness would have been easier to bear. Unlike open space, the ocean is filled with all sorts of different creatures. Anything below the twilight zone looks absolutely alien to us. Like this psychedelic jellyfish. The name is quite fitting. It does look psychedelic indeed. Creatures of the midnight zone and deeper are absolutely fascinating, that's for sure. However, psychedelic alien creatures aren't the only inhabitants of the deep sea. Killer whales can and do swim pretty deep. Killer whales were discovered at a staggering 1900 meters below the surface, and whales can dive as deep as 3000 meters. If you happen to attach yourself to the whale's tail, this is how deep this mighty creature can potentially bring you. On average, sperm whales dive between 1000 and 2000 meters. These are some of the scariest deep underwater creatures. And this is only a sneak peek, if you will. The average ocean depth is 3,682 meters. The deepest point of the world's ocean is called the Challenger Deep, and its depth is roughly 11 kilometers. The pressure there is absolutely enormous. In the deepest point of the world's ocean, you'd feel like 50 African elephants are on top of you. This is a lot, I think we can all agree. However, despite terrifying pressure, there are some living organisms that evolved to withstand it. And I'm not talking about unicellular or primitive organisms. Organisms like sea cucumbers can be found 11,000 meters beneath the sea level. Imagine you possess the ability to withstand any pressure. You get transported into the deep ocean, let's say 2,000 meters below the surface. What will you see there? Absolute nightmarish darkness, darker than the gloomiest night, and cold, only 4 degrees Celsius, dark and cold world where strange beings dwell. If you think about it, there are 2 worlds on this planet that are almost completely isolated from each other and don't even interact. So, visiting the deep sea is almost like visiting another planet, in a way. Strange and deep creatures aren't the only reason to be intimidated. Ocean is home for the biggest living organisms on the planet now. Sperm whales can reach 18 meters of length. Colossal squids can reach 14 meters. The biggest fish is whale shark. This beast is capable of reaching a truly incredible 20 meters of length. The record of size belongs to the blue whale. An adult blue whale can reach 30 meters of length. Even its tail is so large. No surprise that in old times so many myths and legends of sea serpents were conceived. Only about 5% of the ocean have been explored, and only about 25% of the ocean floor have been thoroughly mapped, which means that vast majority of the world's ocean remains unexplored and mysterious. No surprise that the ocean has been a source of inspiration for a lot of different authors. Above mentioned Howard Phillips Lovecraft, the father of modern cosmic horror, dedicated a lot of his stories to the ocean. Myth of Cthulhu and Dagon still stir the imagination of millions of readers. Ocean covers 71% of our planet. No surprise that Apollo 17 astronauts called this planet Big Blue Marble in 1972. Ocean is terrifying and gorgeous. This is where the Cambrian explosion began and life started rapidly evolving over 500 million years ago. We wouldn't be here without the ocean, and it is our duty to protect the ocean and all of its creatures, from majestic whales to peculiar sea cucumbers. This is our duty to stop climate change, which disrupts marine ecosystems and will lead to mass extinctions of a lot of marine life forms. And this will affect everyone on planet Earth. But we can change this dismal future if we work together. And you can start with educating yourselves.